Well, g'day tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. We're just getting over a nice long weekend camping trip kind of thing. We stayed up through the day, but we didn't bring our big trailer up. I brought this big trailer up with some equipment on it. And anyways, you guys recognize both of these. Sportsman 700, CRF 150F. Good little bike, that thing. And this is my buddy's John Deere, right? John Deere, whoop, sorry. John Deere Trail Buck. Good machine. Good machine, actually, really good machine. Made by Bombardier, or whatever you want to call them, Bombardier. Ooh, he's got a dewey ripped out there. 650, good machine. Good machine, will get you an overall shot. Good machine, high-low range, 4x4. It's automatic 4x4. It's got to spin so much on the back tires until the front's engaged. It's pretty neat. Had our machine going. Did something I probably shouldn't have. I went down the road, so we go out their property here. This is our friend's property we're staying at this weekend. So you go out the road here. The main road goes this way and that way, so I went whipping down the road. There's an old abandoned dump site down there, so I went, let's go down to the dump. So I went down pretty good, you know, ripping along. This thing goes fast, really fast. And I thought, well, let's wind her out. So had her going. Let me get in here. Buried the needle at 100k there, kilometers an hour. And she didn't have too much more after that, so I'm like, okay. But she whipped along pretty good. But I get back. Well, actually, we were down at the dump there. And I'm running around, you know, blah, blah, blah. This is after a little bit of a high-speed run down there for, it's probably 4 or 5 minutes, high speed. Get down there, and then she starts backfiring. Really weird, you know. You rev it up, vroom, pop, vroom, pop. I'm like, what the frickin' crap? So we got back, another high-speed run back, which I probably really shouldn't have done. And as you can see in here, get you in here properly. That is the manifold coming out of the engine. I can't get down. Let me try this side because I got the bike strapped on that side. So there's the engine manifold. Two into one, and the pipe back to the muffler. You can see where she wraps around the other side. Wow. There is inside of that, I do believe, a exhaust manifold gasket kind of thing. Goes between the two of them. I think I either melted the pipe or that gasket or something, because after it runs and warms up, this pipe separates here a bit and it gets really loud. You see flames coming out of it and stuff. So imagine there's a gasket in there. It probably melted or something or whatever. But you can see the springs right now. They do have a little bit of air gap between them, but when it warms up, they shrink, I guess, or whatever, pull it down tighter, and she opens up. You can actually see flames coming out of that pipe, so I'm like, ooh, that's not good. But, I don't know, let's fire it up here, and just let it run for a minute. You'll hear the normal noise. So that's the normal noise. Regular noise rev. Sounds pretty good. Okay, let it warm up a minute. Okay, so after a brief warm up, now listen how loud it is down here. Backfiring. Hear the backfire when it's coming down again, so. Like that, I guess. So anyways, I don't know exactly what's going on here, but you can hear how loud it is now. is weird. I mean, I guess you could run it like that, but it's probably not good on it being fuel injected, right? If you're losing back pressure at the pipe there, it's going to probably trying to dump more fuel in than it needs, and that's probably why it's doing the backfire, I would imagine. So we got to kind of, oops, sorry. There we go. It's all right. We got to kind of figure that out, so we might have to do some disassembling here sometime soon, see what's going on or something. Yeah, so that kind of sucks, but anyways, my bad. Like, I've had that Y pipe in there, manifold Y pipe, bright red before, and there's a lot of flame coming out of there when you're juicing her. And this thing looks like it rev limited there like 6,300, but I had her up over 7 when you're driving it, so that would have been just dumping the fuel out, you know, and just cooking everything. So lots of fun, lots of fun. But anyways, yeah, I guess everything's all tied on here. I think we're pretty much good to go. He's got the same footrest kit thingy that actually they got me that, I think, for my machine. That's right, when we got this birthday present. Because you're not supposed to have 2 people, but they make aftermarket footrests things for the second person, right? So they ended up putting those on. So yeah, good machine. So, but you know, 10 years old now. This thing, she's getting older, and I think back here I've had to replace these rubbers. Yeah, these rubbers back in here all rotted out. Looks like they're starting to get dry and hard again, so maybe she's time for a new machine. Don't tell my wife. So I wouldn't mind getting like a Can-Am or something. They're pretty decent, rugged, tough machines, that's for sure. But anyways, yeah, there we go. So we're just cleaning up, heading her home, and towing here about 16. These are about 800 a piece, roughly. 16, 17, 1,800 pounds maybe, so 100 ton. The little mini X sits in the middle, and it's more than that. It's crazy, eh? So, anyways, back up to camp. Didn't get permission to film up here, so probably better not. Well, that's the main camp up there, and then down here, the road goes this way. There's a nice little pond on the side. I got some GoPro aerial footage today. I'll maybe end up put on the end of this video too, and it's all right. It's just basically looking at the tops of the trees. That's all you can pretty much see. You'll see the pond and stuff, and I'll try to describe stuff maybe in the commentary part of it. But yeah, this up here, if you guys remember the big ice storm we had a while back, there was some footage of that too. There's a lot of damage up here. You know, there's some there. They actually were just on the edge of it up here, so they didn't get a whole pile done, but we probably got about, oh, maybe 40 hours of work in here cleaning everything up, because, you know, there's trees all over here, all smashed all over the place and stuff, and, you know, you can see that birch there's all snapped off, and there's a whole bunch up through everything else that was all busted off, and we did a lot of work cleaning up. He also brought a mower up too this weekend, did some mowing. Didn't really film anything though, but it was my vacation, my weekend, long weekend retreat, and I needed her, so yeah. Anyways, looks like Dilly's coming with a cooler, and we'll get going. You can see up there he's cleaning up his trailer. They brought up theirs, camper trailer, but ours was just way too big to get in here. Like this road, not too bad. There's a road that's just wide enough for the trailer or the tire marks. I'm like, yeah, my trailer's a lot wider than that. If I came in with this thing, I'm like, woo, that's tight enough going around some of the bends. I'll maybe try to film going out and you can see what I mean. Okay, so we're on the way out. I got the trailer attached, of course. You can't quite see it, but it's there. And it's tight enough as it is without another, well, pretty much twice the length of that trailer with the travel trailer. She's a little tightish. And there's a little pond. Need to do some work in there. I think it's starting to get kind of groaned in a bit. It's getting
getting smaller every year.
Yeah, it's getting smaller every year. It actually goes over a little bit further than what those reeds and stuff and crap are there. So this would have been the turn that would have killed me with the big trailer. You know, we came in, we cleared out a whole bunch of area. See, I'm going really wide here. It's just clearing those bushes there. Imagine with a trailer that's twice as long. That would suck. And the other part that would have sucked would have been just coming up around this bend with a 6,900 pound trailer behind, and it's pretty much a straight shot there. So those tires were rubbing the other side there, which, you know, there's still room, but this little incline here I think probably would have been a nightmare. See how it is with just this thing, a quarter of the weight. Yeah, I don't think that would have come out of there kind of too nice-ish.
Rob would have had to push.
Yeah. Yeah. But there we go. It might have pulled it up, four-wheel drive, low range, maybe, I don't know. But kind of glad we didn't kind of have to drag that out of here too, because that probably would have sucked. But anyways, we got a little bit of the drone footage too. We'll throw on the end of this today. Okay, holy freaking out. Alrighty, well, let's have a look at this drone video. This is from, of course, the property that we stayed at this weekend. There's an awful lot of trees. It's lots of forest, basically. I think it's like a 10-acre plot of land they own there, 10 or 12 acres. So now this actually here, hang on, let's go back a hair. This is actually the very back of their property. There's a trail right here. Can't kind of quite see it, but this is actually the neighbors. There's their house and stuff over here. So they actually own up to these trees that were just planted about 6 years ago. Look at them already, huge. So they're actually going to the neighbors right here now. A little bit of demonstration and stuff. They'd never seen it before, the drone. So yeah, we're just kind of flying over the neighbor's side here actually now, which is actually a lot more open than the property that they own. There's another fence lined up by the other neighbors. Ooh, sorry, I got a little bit crazy. It was really windy here today. It's kind of hard to see because the trees really aren't moving, but we get up above the trees. Whoo, mama. So this is all the neighbor's side here. I'm going to try, I don't really know the property super too well, but I'm going to try my best. Whoa. Sorry, making you dizzy. But if you can see the propellers coming into the shot at the very top of your screen, that means it's kind of really fighting wind a lot. So now we were going with the wind, so it's not as bad. But there's us. So we just took off from right here on your bottom left side. That's us. That's me, I think, there. Or maybe that's me there. I can't remember. This is the very back of the property, and they own to this side here. So it's not very wide, really. I think the neighbors own more land than they do. So just a big tree canopy. Yeah, this is the neighbor's pond here. This is their other neighbors, so they don't, it's not super wide, but a lot of tree canopy here. This is their, this is, whoa, stop. This is their fence line here, so they own from here over, oh, past your screen here. That's their little pond. They go, kids go swimming in a little dock, floating dock and stuff. There's my truck. Back up a sec. My truck and big trailer parked there. So there we go. So this is where we took off from on the last segment of the video. We drove down past the pond, up around the pond here, and then up. This is where I would have had trouble right here, I think, with the trailer. That corner and this corner by the pond here is really sharp kind of turn. So you can see all our running up and down the hills. That's kind of cool. Flatten some grass down. This is actually a great big hill here. Dylan did some GoPro video. I don't know when his video is going to get up, but I'll try to get him onto that. And you can check out him riding and stuff. He had a lot of fun. And there's a hydro line, electric line, high tension wire lines going right through along all the front of the properties. And the hydro electricity guys were in the last winter there, and they clear cut their line again, so they just chopped a bunch of trees and just laid everything down, so it made kind of a mess on the front of their property here. But yeah, basically all they own, it's not really super wide. They own from this fence line here to just a little bit past the driveway, so it's not very wide. I think maybe it's wider at the back than it is at the front, but this is a little shot of the nice scenery. Super nice and quiet out here now. If we were to look back, Orangeville would be to our left where we live, so there's a nice shot. So yeah, they own from here to just about here, so it's not a very wide chunk really. When you stop and look at it like this, it's actually kind of narrow. I mean, it's a nice piece of land, but it's not, you know, you go through all this bush here. If some of you are into hockey, you might know Don Cherry, big announcer, and he was a coach, and he's done a lot of videos and stuff for hockey, Rock'em Sock'em and all that stuff. There's my trailer truck there. He owned the property next door there for many years. I think it's sold to somebody else now. But so let's just go back a hair here. So there's my truck. So then you walk up to about here. I think I went down here. I think that's where the campsite was roughly. And their trailer was about here. So yeah, I think that's the road sort of there. From what I can tell, I know I came down here a little bit. Yeah, there's the road. Oh, I don't know, maybe that's something parked there. It was super bright with the sun too, but let's see. It's so bright I don't know if I can pick it out. I was gonna try to get a bit lower, but I'm like, I'm getting kind of close to these trees. Yeah, there. Oh, there. Yeah, that's it. That's the. Where is it? Yeah, that's the campsite there and the fire pit and stuff. I think. Anyways. No. No, it's over here more, just under this tree. So, they have this little shack here. They use all maple trees, and when our friend's parents were younger, our friend's their parents had actually owned this land. They used to do maple syrup, so they had a boiling shack there. So, yeah, that's it, because there's cement blocks in front. So the campsite is, well, their trailer's parked about here, roughly. And the little fire pit and stuff's right in around there. So you can't quite see much, but see the wind? Woo! All of a sudden, huge gusts, eh? So I'm like, okay, let's get out of here. So I should have just stopped and let it hover there and just watch the trees. There's a dead tree. It looks dead anyways. Watch it. The trees move when just hovering with the wind and stuff. It's kind of neat. It's really cool because you're sitting down there by the fire, whatever. You can hear like the, you know, as it's coming through the trees and blowing the trees. Another dead tree there too. So there's we're just back over here again. I think I was showing them the map too right about now. And we just did some general kind of flying around, so we're gonna go. I didn't go kind of too far away because he's like, well, this is crazy because we can't even see the thing. I'm like, well, no, generally you don't. You just look at your screen here. I pretty much fly a lot of times, not even looking at the machine, looking at my screen on my my phone. Whoa, Nelly! I think I was showing him the agility of it here. I'm in the center there. Whoa, making me dizzy. Sorry. So yeah, it's not really a super wide lot they got there, but I guess it was maybe severed off at one time way back from something else. I don't really know. But it's around 10 acres, I think. But hey, that's, you know, a nice chunk of property. It sure is better than absolute nothing. Whoa, that's neat too. Whoa. I think I was playing with the wind a bit there. Oh, I didn't know all this was here. Get my bearings here again. Okay, so that's... Holy cow. So there's a pond there, but there's a great big wet area there. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't know that. A big wet kind of area there. Interesting. It's kind of neat though. You can see all the shadows from the clouds, eh? Like all this darker areas and stuff over here is all from the clouds. So that was kind of cool. That's really fighting some wind there when you can see the arm. If you see the propeller come in, it's fighting a bit of wind, but when you see the actual motor mount arm coming in, those white things coming in, that's fighting a bit of wind. So I don't exactly know what I was doing here, but we did go up to maximum altitude just to see how things were. But it must have really been windy up there, and it was really working hard to keep itself corrected because the battery went down really fast after. So, and these people here in this place here, they have this go-kart, not a go-kart, golf cart, sorry, that they drive around every once in a while, and you can see them. They come up here in the back around. I seen them out there twice on the weekend we were here when I was back there, anyways. So, I guess they get out in a little cart and explore the property as well. I think we're just hovering there. That's interesting, that wetland that's there. I didn't even know that. Now, where this his ATV's parked here, that's the John Deere Trailbuck. It drops like way down really fast here to the bottom. Sort of, kind of goes down, 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 right down to their campsite. You can almost see if you look through the trees how far down it goes. Hi! Oh, we're gonna cut some grass, I think, here. I don't know if I got it in the camera or not. I got down and zink. Oh yeah, I just nipped her there. Zink. Hit the piece of grass with the propeller, just cut it off like nothing. So now I can't remember where and what we did next. I might be going to maximum altitude. Yes, I am. Okay, so we'll just, I guess we'll run through it here. It's going to take a minute or two to get up that high. Oh, you can see quite a range here, the way a mountain, like not mountains, but where there would have been a glacier or something come through and squash all that. There's a whole bunch of wind towers over there, wind generators over there as well. If you stand back where we were standing, and whoa, there's a lot more than 21. From what I could see anyways, from where we were standing, I think it was more over here. I counted 21 of them. But holy shnikes, when you start looking like this, there is a lot more of them. I wouldn't even know how to count that because it looks like they start about here. There's, whoops. There's quite a few in there. So that's interesting. That's a lot of windmills they've plunked it. Look way over here too. There's more. You know, it's kind of crazy because they just keep firing them in everywhere. It's like, how many do you really kind of think we need? Like, there's got to be, just in this little area I'm circling here, there's got to be 40 of them, maybe 50 of them. I don't know. And then you can see the way in the distance, there's more over here. More over here. Looks like maybe more over here. Holy jumping. I don't understand it. How many they think we actually need. That's just crazy. So we are going to maximum altitude. So that's us standing right about here. Roughly. So you can see, yeah, there's their neighbor's pond. We can't actually get to that because their property line, it is really narrow when you look at it. Their property line runs right up here. And then right just on this side of the road, right up through there. So it is quite a skinny little piece when you look at it that way. Compared to the neighbors, which I think, well, I don't know. Theirs would go from here to, well, maybe it's the same. That'll be the next one, and then I think they own more there. So, but the one to the left here, it's huge. Like, you can get lost in there pretty quick. So, and there's that wetland. That's interesting. I didn't even know that was there. See, the neighbors don't mind us going down the back of the property there too. I don't know if I got a shot or not, but you can get down pretty far. Let's wait till we get up here higher. I think we're still going up, or maybe we're max now. I don't know. Nice scenery though, my beautiful scenery. Lots of little ponds everywhere though. Everybody's got a little pond. Compared to their pond, it's tiny. Everybody else has got a nice huge pond. A really big one over here. So yeah, this is actually the road here. It's really cool. I'll have to go on the bike someday and take you on the GoPro. But basically, you come down here and turn. This goes way down like a real big horseshoe, and then around and then back up the other side. It's actually kind of a weird road because it's such a deep valley here. They couldn't even, well, they could bridge it across, but it would cost a fortune. But trying to fill that in, holy cow, you would need so much fill. So they tried to follow the land down to the flat and then back up the other side. Doesn't look like much there, but it's actually quite extravagant. Such a deep valley there, though, I guess, you know, but it's either that or they just wouldn't put a road through. You'd have to go down one more, and this actually doesn't go through here, this road either, so you're kind of screwed either way. So, yeah. But yeah, the neighbors don't mind if there's a trail. We didn't actually do it this weekend, but I can't remember 100% now where it is, but so that's their little pond, the wee guy. This is the neighbor's pond, which is actually probably similar size, maybe a hair bit bigger. Okay, so yeah, the trail goes down through here, and I don't know if I got a shot or not of it, but I think I'm coming down again now, so let's just fast forward. I won't put you through. I'll sit and watching that. It's really windy up there, so I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I better bring things down here. There we go. So yeah, there's their fence line. You can see the tops of the trees, even how much they're moving. Not wicked wind, but good enough wind. The night before this, I came up on the dirt bike. He was following me on the machine. We came up the little trail. This is actually quite a hill here too. And right on this fence post here, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 big, huge turkey vultures sitting there. And they basically, their wingspan is so huge, they just put their wings out, and they just took the air and gone. They didn't even hardly flap. It was kind of cool. Turkey vultures are like kind of like a seagull, if you know what a seagull is. They're like a scavenging kind of. They'll eat dead things or whatever. You know, they actually won't kill something. They'll find something that's been dead or rotten on the road and eat that kind of thing. So that's neat. You can see the shadow. So yeah, that doesn't look much like a hill there, but that's a long way down. Doesn't really give you too much justice there. That's the trouble with film and stuff, and trying to show someone, you know, like Dylan, for instance, riding up this hill they got on the front side of the property. It's a huge hill, but you just can't tell how steep it is from the video. So, okay, so we're down. I think I got one more segment here. And let's go check her out. Alright, this one's not nearly as long. It's only 2 minutes and 46 seconds. And I can't remember what I did in this segment. I think I was just doing a bit more goofing around. You wanted to see it flying a bit closer, I guess. That sort of gives you a bit of justice of how steep the hill is there when it kind of drops way down in. Look at these pine tree thingies growing here. I don't know what kind they are, but they got a whole bunch kind of randomly planted. I think they planted themselves more than anything. Doing some treescaping, I think, here. Just barely touching the trees, just real close. So I don't know how much land they own beside here, but It's maybe the same size of a parcel, maybe. It might have been severed off as two 10-acre lots at one time. Lots of nice green anyways. It being so dry out, it's amazing it's even got anything. It's not all burnt off. The trees are getting moisture from somewhere, I guess. That was a hard turn. Woo! So here I'm like, showing them, oh look, you can zip her back and forth back this way and the camera stays. It doesn't, go all wonky and stuff. The gimbal on the camera, it holds nice and still. And they're like, I had some bug coming at me or something. I'm like, oh, that's not a good time. Chewing on my hand or biting me or whatever he was doing. They're all looking at it like it's some kind of alien craft. That's his son, the fella on the left there. You might know him from some of my way back older videos, but his son there was pretty interested, and I'm like, oh, geez, buddy, it's still running. Don't go near it yet. Just hold on a sec here. There we shut her off. So, but anyways, that's it. I didn't film too much on the weekend. It was kind of, a private kind of getaway weekend, and I didn't really kind of think we needed to record too much. So, but anyways, that is it. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you later, and I guess we'll have to tear into that exhaust there. Maybe I'll get a whole new exhaust system for it. Ooh, make it louder. On the back end, not the front end. Because it's not running right, that's for sure. But anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you later, and have a good day.